Way back when I was just 10, simple and sweet. Everywhere fellas would stare down on the street, and I felt used, kind of confused. I would refuse to look in their eyes, but now I love creepy old guys. Gum disease, skin like grilled cheese, weird saggy nose thing, It's cute and vile, hey baby smile, to each girl that passes. They make me blush, can't get enough, now one of them loves me, wants to be mine. I'm marrying my own creepy old guy, yes, this creepy old guy, my creepy old guy, my creepy old guy. I'm so happy I could cry. Girls may seem disgusted, but we're actually just shy. Just shy. My creepy old groom, play that wedding tune, now love is a lie. 'Cause I am marrying my creepy old guy, creepy old guy, creepy old guy. That is from Beetlejuice the Musical, ladies and gents. But welcome back to Phoenix Wright. In the last episode, we turned this guy on. We did a lot of other things too, but we definitely turned this guy on, as you can visibly see. And now we're gonna get information from this turned on old person. Literally, it was just, No, I did not come up with that song. That is from, I'm very good at improv songs, actually. Me and Kyle have this game where he would give me the title of a song, and I would just have to improv, make up a song out of it. And I can still do it. I'm really happy about that skill. But no, I stole that from Beetlejuice the Musical. But, also in the last episode, we reunited with Maggie Bird, who is my character who does this voice. And we met a very eccentric Frenchman who does the Mad Hatter voice. But definitely the highlight, the thing that matters most, we turned on this old guy. And how did we turn on this old guy? Well, we put Maya Faye here, into a waitress outfit. And that wasn't enough. Old guy wasn't having it. So after that, Maya then turned into Mia. Mia possessed Maya, just so we could turn on an old guy. And I love it. But with that, I think it's time to interview this asshole. Alright, what you saw. About the incident. Sorry, it's so funny to me that Mia possessed Maya just so we could get information out of this old dude. About the incident.
You mean the man who died after drinking the Javocado?
It's like he's a different person.
It was quite a shock even for me. He was a strange-looking boy. Didn't take pictures of Spider-Man. The girl took the Javocado over to him, you see.
And was the customer alone?
No, the customer was not alone. Drop and give me 50 push-ups, sexy lady. Anyways, he was the only person at the table. Then, he took one sip of his Javocado
And
he said something like, "Arg!" And then he collapsed dead.
Oh, how terrifying.
Knock it off, Mia! You're so good at listening, aren't you? I'll tell you anything, whatever you want to hear.
He certainly seems to be telling the truth now. But it looks like Mr. Kudo didn't see this other man either. Alright, Trespion. Do you like the food at Trespion?
Oh, well, of course. I'm really quite a sophisticated man. I was a young businessman once, you know. I set up a casino in London.
Really? How interesting.
Eating food at that restaurant really takes me back to my days in France.
Hang on, everybody. I'm running into some audio issues on my end, and therefore I need to plug in my other controller. But I don't know where the other controller is. Here on my foot. So I'll be back in literally a second. Hello! So, continuing. What a lovely story. Jesus, Mia! London's in England, not France.
Oh, yes, France is wonderful.
Ah, gosh, I went
too far into gumshoe with it. Oh, yes, France is wonderful. I'd love to show you around the city sometime.
I've been doing jokes about, him wanting pictures of Spider-Man and sounding like J. Jonah Jameson.
It's too much, I can't take it. I want France.
I can't believe Mia's laughing at the guy. This is just weird. Sorry, this is all just so surreal to me. You visit Trespion a lot, don't you?
Oh, of course, I mean, yeah. I'd like to come and see you there.
Really? Oh, you flatter me so. The owner would be delighted to welcome you, I'm sure.
Be careful of that chef, my dear.
Oh shit, now we're getting some info. The chef? You mean Mr. Armstrong?
That's right. Man's an ex-con.
He's an ex-con? Armstrong's record. Whatever did Mr. Armstrong do?
Oh, no, those eyes. I can't take this.
Yeah, I'm still with this weird penis-nosed perv. Mia's really got this guy eating out of the palm of her hand.
He steals things from his customers.
His customers?
Yes, I said his customers. Gloves, handkerchiefs, little things mainly. Fucking asshole. He's a piffler. So you be careful around him, my dear.
Oh, that's probably how he got our Magatama. Are you sure about this?
Of course I'm sure. He was arrested for it once. I was there when it happened, having my Chivacano.
He really is a regular.
Let me write you a little haiku about it.
A haiku? Wow, Phoenix literally said what I said, so I don't have to reread that.
A Japanese poem. It'll explain all you need to know about that chef.
Victor's note. Convicted before a wicked man or woman, repeat offender. That's about as much as I can do to help here. You really just showed up to help me perv on this old man, and now you're heading back to hell or heaven or wherever you go, Mia? Where do you go? I can't think that God agrees with you doing this. So it's gotta be hell. Mia's in hell, and she's Lucifer's slave. I guess we don't know. I guess we may never know. Yeah. But that's as much as I can do here to help. Thanks, Mia. Oh, isn't it like... Actually, it may have been established that she's in purgatory. I'm not actually sure. We got some really important information thanks to you. Honestly, I can't believe Maya called me for something like this. This all makes a little more sense now that we know it was Maya's idea. Jeez, that... Okay, I just want to say this. It won't be the last time I say it. It won't be the first time I say it. But I need to say it. I fucking love these games! Also, I'm just gonna do this, that way I can get a shot of this for the thumbnail. So let's just sit here for a second. Let's just talk, so that I have enough time to screenshot this. And I already have had enough time to screenshot this, so we're done now. Gonna go talk to Trespian. Because we're gonna go talk to this guy. He's been lying to us. I guess it's about time to wrap up for today's investigation. You changed back. I had enough of being a waitress. Yeah. Plus, no one came to the restaurant. I came to the restaurant. Oh la la, Mademoiselle Maya! Now can you leave me like this? I'm sorry? That reminds me. Mr. Armstrong had a psych lock, or 3, didn't he? I'm going to have to break those. Why did he bite the rose when I said break those? Mr. Armstrong, I hope you won't mind, but I'd like to have another word with you. For the tariffs? Of course! Alright, fuckface. Time to die. And by die, I mean questioned interrogantly. Take that! Oh, he's sad now. Maggie's motive. What is happening? I do not like this horrible feeling. I have to know the truth. What happened that day? Shit! Alas, I will confess everything. Just don't hurt me. Huh? Well, that was a new world record. It was a lottery ticket. A lottery ticket? The man who died here had a lottery ticket. For $500,000? $500,000? Oui, but after the incident, this ticket... It disappeared. You took the ticket. The ticket disappeared? It was either him or the tiger-looking dude. This was the motive that the prosecution gave for Maggie. They said that she poisoned the man, and that she got herself $500,000 lottery ticket. Why didn't you tell me about this sooner? Laws. You've been trying to hide this information about the lottery ticket from me, because he has it. And I want to know the reason why. No, mister, you doubt me? But I have confessed to everything I know. Mr. Armstrong. $500,000 lottery ticket. I think I know who took it. I think the winning ticket was stolen by this person. Bow, 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 bow.
Take that!
Mr. Armstrong, I believe there is a very high probability that it was you. Ah! Wow. That is one piercing scream, even for a man like that. Oh, here, let me redo that. Ah! There we go. Mas por que moi? I don't know French, guys. Why? You have no evidence. I'm not masked mask. I'm not the kind of person that steals the property of others. Sorry to disappoint you, Mr. Armstrong, but I have evidence to the contrary. I present to you proof that you have stolen from others in the past. You stole my Magatama.
Take that!
Oi, perhaps duck would be nice at a Tarana, maybe? Sorry? I was just thinking about my new lunch menu. Terrain de Cannon. What do you think? After this is all over, it might be time for a headset replacement. And by this, I of course mean, you know, what's going on outside in the world. Anyways, that sounds lovely. Whatever even know, monsieur? I must go to buy the ingredients. I guess my evidence is a bit of a lame duck. Ow. I am not masked on the mask. I'm not even the kind of person who steals the property of others. Sorry to disappoint you, Mr. Armstrong, but I have evidence to the contrary. I present to you proof that you have stolen from others in the past. Could it be Victor's note? Okay.
Take that!
Oh, there it is. What is this, a poem of mother? Monsieur. Wait, what is it? Be our guest, it's our service to the test. Tie your napkin around your neck, Cherie, or monsieur. So, okay. A poem. Oh, monsieur! You know me so well! I adore poems! Please read it, and put some feeling into it. Convicted before a wicked man or woman, repeat offender. I'm sorry to have to bring it up, Mr. Armstrong, but you have been arrested for stealing from your customers before, haven't you? Bizarro comments, maybe you'll get lucky and it turns out his French accent is just a fake and he'll stop. I wish. But that tiny mustache tells me otherwise. If you got a tiny mustache, you very well could be French. The Mizag! You are the liar! You are the liar. You deny it? Do not make the false accusations, Silver Lilith Platt! So, do you have any proof? I want to see incontestable proof that I've stolen from one of my customers. Is this where we whip out the Magatama? I mean, that's definitely someone he stole from me. Alright. Maybe I was just a little ahead of the curve.
Take that!
There we go. It seems old habits die hard, Mr. Armstrong. What is that? This is my Magatama. I found it in your kitchen. I don't think it's his daughter stealing. I think it's him. Look at him. That's the face of a thief. Wow, that scream just about broke windows. Ah! 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 Hey! Wee! I have a weakness for the little trinkets and the figurines. And it just slips out. I cannot stop it. You've stolen handkerchiefs, gloves, and other things from your customers, haven't you?
It is the truth. I'm just a timid little girl inside, monsieur. A timid little girl. Besides, this time it was not a small trick, Gilly. It was $500. $500,000. Me is not. Why would I steal it? I have no need for such money.
Oh, really now?
Oh, monsieur, what is it?
Isn't it true that you're in some pretty serious trouble? Oh yeah, that contract thing. Yeah. Where is it? This.
Take that!
This restaurant. Oh, okay. This restaurant is deep in the red, isn't it?
Oh!
You have a loan to the tune of $500,000. That lottery ticket would have whipped your dad out. Wiped your dad out. Well, Mr. Armstrong, what do you have to say for yourself? I have a feeling I'm gonna have to scream again here. Unlock successful. Maggie's motive. Mr. Armstrong, you said that the victim had a winning lottery ticket for $500,000. Good job, Bizarro. You're getting into this with the emojis. How did you know he had something like that in the first place?
The man, he was listening to the radio with his earpiece.
Maggie said something about that too.
The winning number was announced on the news, I think. All of a sudden, he exploded. Yes, $500,000, he shouted. And the ticket, he's a silly man. Oh, he had all of his tickets spread out on the table. I was so desperately in the need of some money, so I...
Wait, that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. If Maggie was going to kill her, which we know Maggie didn't, but if Maggie was gonna kill the guy, she would have had to have the poison on her, a premeditated murder. But if this guy just scratched off the tickets and freaking, like, revealed, oh, I won, Maggie couldn't have planned to kill him. She wouldn't have just had poison on her. Unless, I don't know, she was gonna kill somebody else. But that doesn't add up. Alright, well,
I was so desperately in need of money, so I...
Put the poison in his coffee?
No! Oh, non, you naughty man! I simply helped myself to one of his tickets.
What?
The victim collapsed and Maggie passed out. I thought to myself, poor Cupis, he had so many of them.
Yeah, but only one of them was winning ticket, right? How could you do that, Mr. Armstrong? Maggie was arrested because of what you did.
None. This is not true.
Winning ticket.
I did not take it. The ticket for $500,000, I mean.
But you just told us you did. You said you took a ticket. He took the wrong ticket.
Mas non, monsieur. It was not.
That's enough. Huh? Ah!
Godot? I thought it was gonna be his, like, goth daughter.
Mr. Godot? What in the heck are you doing here? This is without a doubt the worst coffee I have ever tasted, Mr. Armstrong. He came in here for coffee? Does his craving for coffee know no bounds? I also thought it was going to be Creepy Girl Bizarro. It wasn't. Perhaps Mr. Armstrong stole one of the victim's tickets on the day in question. Hey Neil, I forgot to ask, have you seen The Lighthouse? Nope, I haven't seen Lighthouse or Joker. I do kind of want to see Lighthouse, even though it's not really usually my thing. But hey, I want to see it infinitely more than I want to see Joker. Perhaps Mr. Armstrong stole one of the victim's tickets on the day in question. I am Lilith, not. Just a pretty little girl who's everyone is laughing at.
But in this case, Maggie shouldn't be the only one under suspicion.
He had the wrong ticket. What? Mr. Armstrong made off with the winning ticket's pretty neighbor.
So, the ticket he took was useless?
Not quite. He did win something. $1. You see? I am just a pretty face without my looks. I have nothing. So, what happened to the winning ticket then? The one he meant to steal? Indeed. What did happen to it? I don't like spoiling myself by watching trailers. Wow. You sound like my cousin and my friend Zach. Soda Town. And for today, in honor of Godot, I'm actually drinking from a coffee cup. I don't like spoiling myself by watching trailers, so we'll just wait and see how the movie turns out tomorrow, won't we? Viola! You two, time to laugh the pretty little head. Looks like I won't be needing this note anymore. Victor's note thrown into the trash. Looks like we've got a new mystery now. Namely, where did the winning ticket go?
I've got a bad feeling about this.
I've got a bad feeling about this. Well, anyway. We can't let Maggie suffer any longer for this, and certainly not again. To be continued. Right now. January 7th, 9:48 a.m. District Court Defendant Lobby Number 1.
Oh, I see. I guess I should have expected this.
Nobody saw the other guy, huh? But he was there when I took the coffee over Sir Scoutson. Oh, I've started doing this voice again.
But he was there. He was there when I took the coffee over to him, sir. Scout's honor.
Maggie. I'm gonna assume this is Gumshoe. Maggie! Yep.
Detective Gumshoe.
Oh, wait, your voice.
Detective Gumshoe.
Are you doing alright? How are you feeling?
As if you need to ask either question, sweetie.
Don't let him get you down, Maggie. And don't forget to eat well, okay?
Roger that, sir.
And you!
Yes?
You better shape up this case right away, pal. Maggie's innocent, you hear? If you screw this up, then I'll be doing some squaring away myself. Me and the judge are gonna kick your ass in the parking lot. I don't know why he's so angry at you. I think he said something about you trying to kill him, and then him going back in time to stop you, but he couldn't make himself do it. So now he's just going to kill you the old-fashioned way? I don't know. It's weird. Almost as if it's some sort of running gag. But who gives a shit? Anyways, squaring away and throwing some paperwork for your arrest.
I think he's serious. Why would I be arrested for that? Hey, detective, you're on our side for once, right?
Yup.
Gumshoe is usually on our side. He just doesn't know it. So you'll be able to help Maggie out, right? Really? Can you, sweetie?
Oh, well, of course. I've got the situation under control. I'm gonna be the first witness on the stand today.
Like usual.
If something I say doesn't mesh with the facts, make sure you point it out, alright?
Sure.
Okay, we're forming a united front today, pal. You got me?
I can't tell you how grateful I am, sir. I'm always admired you so much, Detective Sweetie. I know I can count on you. Looks like it should go off pretty smoothly today, huh?
Maya, why the fuck did you say that? I can only wish. Maya, it's part 1. There's gonna be a whole nother investigation before we figure out who the killer is. January 7th, 10 a.m., District Courtroom, number 4. Gossip!
The court is now in session for the trial of Maggie Bird. I have to tell everybody, I am fucking wasted right now. Huge migraine. I woke up this day super hungover, and I thought, hey, how do you get rid of a hangover? Well, what I've come up with is, you can't be hungover if you're drunk. So I then began drinking again. And now I'm drunk! So, just realized during this entire broadcast, oh, it's not a broadcast, we're not on TV, this entire trial, I am loaded to the extreme. Alright. So now court is in session for the trial of Maggie Bird.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Bitter.
Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor?
Sorry. I thought you were a hippo. Once again, very drunk. Thought you were a hippo.
What's wrong?
Nothing. It's just whenever I addressed you in the previous trial, your response was, "You was talking to me?" And once again, you were a hippo.
No one passed him the coffee, Bizarro. He's a coffee bender.
It was a little, well, intimidating.
No, that wasn't me. That was the phony Phoenix Wright.
I see. So you're our trusty Phoenix Wright. Is back with us now, right?
Our trusty?
So, Mr. Godot, please lead with your opening statement.
Alright.
Sorry, I'm having issues. I can't go outside to buy a new headset. These issues actually started yesterday, so I hope they stop. But,
Mr. Trite, whether you're a fake or the real deal, we will find out soon enough through this trial today.
but I can already tell you that I am the real Phoenix Wright. I wasn't questioning whether or not you are Phoenix Wright or not.
I was questioning whether or not you had studied law or not. That's what I intend to find out.
There's no denying it. Behind that mask is a man who really hates me for some reason or another.
Won't stand for revelation of the evidence presented in the last trial. Now then, Mr. Godot, please summon our first witness.
Name and occupation.
Shit. Witness. The name's Police Department Detective. Occupation, Dick Gumshoe.
I don't want to meet someone whose occupation is Dick, Gum, and Shoe. That's not what I want.
The other way around, Detective.
Huh? Oh, sorry. Anyway, I'm the officer in charge of this here case since yesterday, sir. Since yesterday? Yeah. The guy who was on the initial investigation tied up with another case now.
I hope Gumshoe's really got everything under control, for everyone's sake.
I see. So, Detective Gumshoe, would you outline for the court the basic facts of the case? Yes, sir. The victim's name was Glen Elk, which Kneale is pretty sure is a pun, but I'm not saying it right if it is. Anyways, he was a professional programmer. He was on the payroll of Blue Screens Incorporated, a local company. This is the victim's autopsy report.
The court accepts this into the evidence. Glenn's autopsy report died of potassium cyanide poisoning. Time of death was between 1:30 and 2:30, so within an hour. Glenn's autopsy added to the court record.
And here are the floor plans of the restaurant.
Oh wow, that's a pretty simple restaurant.
When the incident took place, the victim was sitting right here. The poisoned coffee was brought over to him by the waitress.
The waitress being the accused.
Yeah. The victim died from poisoning almost immediately, and after that, took a sip of the coffee.
Wait, what?
Oh, after he took a sip of the coffee. He didn't die, then drink the coffee. That would have been funny, though. At the time of the incident, there were 2 other people in the restaurant. Mr. Gene Armstrong, the owner and chef, and a regular by the name of Mr. Victor Kudo.
I think that means they're going to be our witnesses.
It seems to be a very straightforward case.
Trespass floor plans. Blueprints of the crime scene. X equals victim's seat. Trespass floor plans added to the court record.
Come on, detective. Take up this hammer. And nail the defendant's coffin shut with your own 2 hands.
Now then, Detective Gumshoe, let's have your testimony. Yes, sir.
Alright, the incident. And of course Gumshoe is trying to help us, so... who knows, maybe this will be good for us.
When the incident took place, the victim was alone. At his table, sir. We understand that the guy Glenn Elk was listening to the radio at the time.
With a scanner on his face?
Traces of poison were found in his coffee cup. And what we found was potassium cyanide. That stuff really packs a punch. You know, in terms of your poisons. I know about poisons. And, well, it looks like Miss Bard might have had, well, some kind of motive.
Using the dark aromatic depths of coffee to conceal the poison. Classy lady.
The facts of this case seem to be very ironclad. Mr. Wright, I would ask you to begin your cross-examination, but...
Yes?
Please no intimidation tricks. This time around. Is that understood?
I already told you that wasn't me!
The incident.
Maybe it's just because I'm drunk, but you frightened me, Phoenix. You scared me. When you said you wanted to kill me, I believed you. And I know I'm on the chopping block because you're such a man.
Well, anyways, look into this. Let's start pressing shit. Can I stop you for just a minute?
Huh? What is it? Did I say something that contradicts the evidence?
He's so desperate for that to be true, he's practically crying. Your testimony just now doesn't match the testimony given by Miss Bird. She claims that there was another man at the victim's table.
Yeah, that's what she said. And I...
What killer wouldn't say that when faced with a homicide conviction?
Huh?
Sadly, her testimony isn't supported by the owner or the other customer. Isn't that right, Detective Gumshoe?
Leading the witness?
Oh, yeah, that's true. Their two testimonies tie up on that. They both said there was no other guy at the table.
What should I do? Should I press him on this point, or should I go a little harder? I don't know.
Let's try going a little harder. This is the first one, and Gumshoe's on our side. We gotta remember that. Well, maybe the other witness just missed him. Perhaps their view of the victim's table was obscured in some way.
That argument is weak as the coffee at Tres Bien Trite.
Apologies, I had to blow my nose.
Shit fuck! I have in here in my possession a ticket.
A ticket? Looks more like a photo to me.
Yes, a one-way ticket to Guiltyville. Population, the defendant. Yeah, I'm edgy.
Oh, fuck.
there's a picture of the scene where there isn't another dude. This photograph was taken from the entrance of the kitchen. This is the scene as witnessed by the chef moments after the poisoning took place, correct? I think the court will agree that with such a clear view of the scene of crime, how Mr. Trite could okay, fuck. Kneale, read the words. How, Mr. Trite, could anyone have overlooked a second person at the table? Ah! It certainly seems to show the victim's table extremely clearly. Alright, crime photo added to the court record. A photo of the scene taken from near the kitchen.
We understand that the guy, Glenn Elg, was listening to the radio.
Alright, let's press that. He was listening to his radio, you say?
Yeah, he had a portable radio in his chest pocket.
Maggie told us that too, didn't she? Something about how one of them had some sort of earpiece.
What should I do? Should I press on this point a little harder or not? Sure. And what was it that the victim was listening to on the radio, Detective Gumshoe?
Huh? How should I know?
Thanks a lot. We're now one step closer to the middle of nowhere.
This isn't going very well, is it?
Detective, could you perhaps tell us about the poison and how it was used?
Traces of poison were found in his coffee cup. So traces of poison were found in the coffee cup and nowhere else?
Not sure. I get you, pal.
Was the poison a liquid or was it a powder?
If I had to put it to layman's terms, I'd say it was a powdery substance.
So the poison could have been in anything. And that was on the table. And what was on the table? Sugar, salt, pepper?
Damn it, he's obtained another coffee!
Do you put salt and pepper in your coffee, Trite? I put sugar in it.
The victim took his coffee black with no sugar.
It seems that the poison could only have been in the coffee. What should I do? Should I press harder? Sure. Are you absolutely certain that the victim even drank any of his coffee?
Huh? What do you mean?
According to this file, the poison was found in the victim's coffee cup. But what proof is there that the victim ever drank any of it?
Oh, hey, you're right! Objection. That's what I was thinking.
Godot knows what's up. He's not letting him help us. In your case, in case you were wondering, the last objection was for the detective there.
Huh? Me? Oh, hey, you're right. You may be fooling the court,
but I'm not falling for it. If you have the time to waste, you have the time to present that piece of evidence.
That piece, sir?
Yes, that piece.
Shit. What piece was it again?
This. Why? I should be grateful this cuff's only hot enough to give me first-degree burns.
Oh, now I remember. This is, the victim's coffee cup.
Oh, does it have a lip print? Yes, the victim's cup. Take a good look at the rim.
That's a very pretty little cup.
Oh, yes, it's unmistakable. There's clearly a coffee stain on it.
Conclusive proof that the victim did drink the poisoned coffee that was in this cup. The victim gulped down the bitter death that the waitress brought to him. Whoa!
He just started chugging it. For the record, the only prints that were on the cup were the victims and the defendants.
Coffee cup added to the court record. Wait, did that say Maya's name? I didn't read it like I usually do. I saw M. Oh, Maggie's. The coffee contained potassium cyanide covered in the victim and Maggie's fingerprints. Interesting.
Upon further investigation of this cup, we found a certain chemical substance.
Alright. The potassium cyanide.
Oh, well. Let's press this. Because I feel like this might be the one that we had to present evidence to. So let's press this one for now.
Some kind of motive.
Also, look at this. We got a lot of stuff. Like, we got this floor plan. We got a lot of stuff from Gumshoe this time around. I'm not directly seeing anything weird about this picture, but I know we're gonna have to find something later. Maybe it's the fact that the card doesn't have coffee on it, and that's weird, but we don't have the card. We just saw the card briefly.
Yeah, but if you ask me, it's been blown way out of proportion.
Objection!
You know what my golden rule is, detective? Chuck out a bad cup of coffee. You can always get another.
Huh? I don't get it.
I'm saying we can always get another witness on the stand if we have to chuck you out.
Oh, my Disney Plus is making noise. Let's turn this down a little bit. Oh, I accidentally turned it up. Ooh, Chris mentioned me in a comment. Wonder what that's about. I'ma take a look.
Oh, but gulp!
So stick to the facts, detective. Now then, what was Mr. Bird's motive? Oh, it's a picture of us in New York. Where I'm just peering over Nick. Nick is Chris's brother, for those of you who don't know. Come on, Gumshoe.
She was... They said she wanted to steal a lottery ticket.
I knew it! That's what we heard yesterday, too.
It disappeared from the crime scene.
And it wasn't just any lottery ticket. It was winning $500,000. Mr. Armstrong knew about the ticket too, didn't he? But he stole the wrong one. Then it is possible Maggie stole the winning one. What should I do? Should I press harder? Sure. Wait a minute! The mere fact that the lottery ticket disappeared is no way implicates my client. I have here in my hand the very ticket in question.
That's the $500,000 lottery ticket. One of the female police officers found it when she was conducting a search. Of the defendant.
What?
Order! Order! Jeez. Did I not tell you guys that I'm drunk off my ass? When you scream like that, you look like chickens in a farm going coo. Like cuckoo chickens. Is that a thing? I've heard of cuckoo birds, but are there cuckoo chickens? I don't know. Cuckoo chickens? It sounds right, but it also sounds wrong. Do chickens go cuckoo? I have no fucking idea. She's quite a lucky bird, our little waitress. Is she specifically a chicken? A chicken that goes coo? Godot, what do you know about my mind? You will submit that ticket as evidence to the court immediately. I'd better keep an eye on that ticket. The way the judge's voice is quivering. Is he actually drunk or... Weird. Victim's lottery ticket. Added to the court record. Victim's lottery ticket. A winning lottery ticket for $500,000. Found during a body search of Maggie. The ticket was presented to the court in the previous trial, too. But it feels heavier now, somehow. $500,000, you say? It's just a scrap of paper. What matters is where it was found, Your Honor. And that's on Maggie's person, unfortunately. Oh, that's enough. But I didn't get to press the fourth thing. The facts of this case seem overwhelmingly clear to me. The defendant had ample opportunity to commit the crime while she was in her spaceship having a guitar battle with Albert Einstein while he was having an orgy with Nikolai Tesla and the Funky Bunch. Wait a minute, where am I? Anyways, the defendant had ample opportunity to commit the crime, of which she is charged? Charged? What are words? Furthermore, it seems beyond reasonable doubt that she did indeed commit the crime. I like it. I like an old man who knows the score. There is also the matter of the $500,000 lottery ticket. That alone provides a very credible motive. All the booze one could buy with this lottery ticket. I mean, for that sum of money, even I might be tempted to bend the rules. And get wasted. Even more wasted. I could chug booze the way that fucking Godot chugs coffee. I don't mind an old man who is weak to the siren call of money. Not good, Nick. The evidence against Maggie is starting to pile up. Yeah. That's because the court has ruled guilty once already. I'd say it's about time to wrap up this repeat performance. With one final decisive piece of evidence. He's got more evidence against Maggie? The judge's blood probably is 50% vodka. I guess we'll never know, though. This is the apron of the delightful Miss Bird. She was wearing it at the time of the murder. Wow, that's not the cleanest apron I've seen. That stain looks like... It can't be blood, can it? Ah. It seems the star of our play was a little flustered. And somehow spilled coffee on herself. The coffee! That's not exactly the first thing that caught my eye. Of course,
The coffee stain isn't the most interesting thing about this apron. The most interesting thing is this beautiful pink finish that Mr. Armstrong has lovingly woven into the apron. I'm glad you like it, though. I worked so hard on it. But no, there is something else that stands out even more about this apron.
Something else? I presume you mean the beautiful finish that was put on here by Mr. Armstrong. And it's dancing like a monkey who's drunk off banana juice. Can bananas be made into juice?
I would like to find out.
Anyway, something else I presume you mean.
Of course, I'm referring to the pocket.
What? The pocket?
A search carried out right after this incident uncovered this. Potassium cyanide. The very poison used by the killer was in her apron. A bottle of poison in Maggie's pocket?
Yeah. And Maggie's prints were all the only ones on it.
What?
Order, order! The court will accept these items in evidence.
That still doesn't make sense. The guy scratched off the ticket and announced it. She wouldn't have just brought the poison with her. That doesn't add up. Apron worn by Maggie at the time of the incident has a small pocket but big stains. It doesn't add up. If she stabbed him or something, okay, that adds up. There are knives at the restaurant. But it wasn't premeditated, so why the fuck would she have a jar of poison in her pocket? Potassium cyanide added to the court record. Potassium cyanide, a deadly powdery poison, bears Maggie's fingerprints found in her apron pocket.
There's still something bothering me. Mr. Godot. Why have you not explained the bloodstain to the court?
Bloodstain? What bloodstain would that be?
Don't play games, prosecutor. The blood-colored stain that's smeared all over this apron. Or, wait a minute. Could that be jelly? I guess it could be jelly or ketchup, but it looks like blood. How am I going to find out whether or not it's jelly or ketchup? There's only one way. I must taste it with my tongue.
That's ridiculous. No one told me anything about a bloodstain.
Oh, fuck, it's 'cause he's colorblind.
It's because all he can see is red. You don't need to be told, just look at it. Well, detective. Could this stain really be blood?
No way, sir. That's, it's just ketchup, sir.
Ketchup?
She must have gotten some on her apron while taking someone their breakfast that day. You could have spoken up a little sooner, Detective Gumshoe. I could have accidentally licked blood just now, and for the record, while everybody else was talking, I did lick the apron. So I can confirm it's ketchup. I can confirm.
Pull a stunt like that again and I'll have you drink 17 cups of ketchup, witness.
Duh! I thought everyone knew what it was already. I haven't seen anything yet to make me doubt the last ruling I made on this case.
Shit, we are kind of in a bind.
The motive, the opportunity, and the supporting evidence. They've all been clearly established.
Well, Mr. Trite, it seems you really are a phony after all. You really know how to drive a man nuts. Can you make juice out of bananas?
I mean, witness, please continue with your testimony while I think about something else. Describe for the court the crime scenes and the flibble-dabble and the flub-de-dub-de and... I don't know, whatever the fuck happened on your investigation, okay?
Banana juice.
Witness testimony, the investigation.
The crime scene was reported at 2:25 by a kind of scary old man, sir. Poor Maggie had passed out. From the shock, it must have been real tough for her. The victim didn't have any identification on him, so I don't know how he was gonna fucking, cash that lottery ticket. But it makes sense because he didn't know he was gonna win that day, and of course, it was not premeditated, much like the murder of which my client is being represented of. Yes, I am now the lawyer. I am now Detective Lawyer Dick Gumshoe. Dick Lawyershoe, if you will. But we figured out who he was pretty quick, and then the investigation went smoothly. When Maggie was searched, we found the lottery ticket and the bottle of poison. And that was it. There was nothing else missing for the crime scene.
You identified the victim and secured your prime suspect. Very good. Last chance to convince the court you're a real lawyer, Wright. Shit fuck. Don't count on any more cross-examinations after this one, so let the fun begin.
Oh, fuck, it sounds like we're trapped. Alright, the investigation.
Scary old man, Detective Gumshoe. That old man wasn't scary, he was creepy. There's a difference.
There's an old man who's a regular at the restaurant where the incident happened.
Ah, we're obviously talking about the same old man.
Officers were dispatched right after the report came in, but the old guy still made a fuss.
Alright.
What took you so long? Then he hurled abuse at them and seeds. Seeds. Seeds.
Like the kind used to grow bananas. And then could you turn banana into juice? Anyways, It was nothing. I cut each one with my teeth. I guess not even the mighty Godot can avoid being attacked by that guy. The old man was the only other customer in the place at the time. He took his time finding a payphone, apparently, so he was late reporting the crime.
Poor Maggie had passed out from the shock. It must have been real tough for her.
How long was the defendant unconscious for?
The officers got to the crime scene at around 2:40. Maggie was still out cold in the kitchen at the time. It took another 10 minutes or so before she came to. I would have liked to been on the scene myself.
I bet you would have liked to have carried out the search, too. Oh, Phoenix! That's fucking rude, man!
I would have loved to see Maggie asleep like that, all pretty and peaceful.
Gumshoe, what Phoenix said was rude, but what you're saying is a little weird, buddy. You're a professional detective, Gumshoe, not a professional bird watcher. save the romantics for your own time, detective. All I need to know about is the investigation.
Oops. I guess I'm pretty red right now, aren't I? The victim didn't have any identification on him.
Well, that doesn't seem important. We figured out who he was pretty quickly. Wait a sec.
Huh? Did I say something dumb again?
Let me paraphrase what you just testified to this court. The victim didn't have a form of ID on him. That's basically what you said, yes?
Yeah, basically.
In that case, how were you able to identify the victim so quickly?
Shit. Oh, that.
He's so let down, he's got the whole sagging shoulder thing. And puppy eyes to boot.
There was a prescription bag on the victim's table, along with the lottery ticket.
It seems Mr. Glenn Elg visited the doctor before he went to Tribulations.
We, got the victim's name from the medical records, and the doctor who's prescribed the meds. That's a reliable source for the court.
What should I do? Should I leave this alone or ask to hear more? Leave it, ask about the prescription bag, ask about his health insurance. I think this is what we're supposed to pick. But has happened in the past. I simply cannot refuse the urge to pick the funny one. So the victim had no form of identification on him, correct?
Yeah.
And yet before arriving at the restaurant, he went to see a doctor? Which means he must have had his medical insurance card with him.
Oh, that's very true.
Did I accidentally pick the correct thing? Thinking it would be funny? The fact is, it hasn't been found points to The fact that it hasn't been found points to only one obvious conclusion. The victim's medical card was stolen! True. The victim didn't have a medical insurance card. But why? Because Mr. Glenn Elk didn't have medical insurance to begin with. Huh?
As I thought, a thoroughly miserable young man.
Or some kind of outlaw. A bit of an edge never hurt anyone. Looks like we're off course again, Nick. Oh, I guess I got it wrong.
Witness, please continue with your testimony. Explain to the court the following preliminary investigation.
Maggie was searched. Now, I want to ask the other question. But we figured who it was. Okay. I want to ask the other question. There we go. Alright, what should I do? Should I leave this alone or... Okay, here we go. Ask about the prescription bag. So what sort of medicine was in the bag?
Well, actually, the bag was found empty.
Maybe he brought the poison. I don't know. Huh? Gosh, my nose is so stuffy lately.
Yeah, completely empty.
It was completely empty. Victim's prescription bag added to the court record. The victim got this from the doctor before going to Tribulations, but the bag's empty. I mean, could the medicine be in his car or something? You're entering an empty paper bag as evidence. Desperate, are you, Trite? Shit, fuck. Now what happened with the investigation after that, Detective? Well, when Maggie was searched... Alright, let's press this. But the defendant had been passed out for a while, correct? In that case, isn't it possible someone planted the evidence in Maggie's pockets?
Hey, yeah! You nailed it, pal! It happens to me all the time! We had a department party the other day, and when I got home, I was wearing the boss's shoes.
Objection!
Of course, I did have intercourse with the boss.
Keep up this crazy testimony, Detective, and those shoes will end up down your throat.
Sorry.
So Wright, someone planted the evidence in Maggie's pockets? That's a pretty bold statement. Care to back it up with some evidence? Well, I'd love to if I had any.
It appears you have no evidence to support your theory, Mr. Wright.
Goodbye, Bizarro.
Continue with your testimony, witness.
And that was it. There was nothing else missing from the crime scene. That's not true. This. The friggin' thing. The medicine. Detective Gumshoe, I think I should point something out to you. There's just one small contradiction in your testimony.
Oh, finally! I'm getting all anxious just waiting up here, so hurry up, will you?
You testified that nothing else was missing from the crime scene. However, the prescription bag you mentioned was empty. Did the officers recover the medicine from the scene of the crime?
No, they didn't.
The victim was given a prescription right before going to Trespion. Where then did the medicine disappear to?
You are too cool, pal.
Indeed. Due consideration wasn't given to the victim's prescription in the previous trial.
Witness, why do you always overlook such vital piece of evidence? I guess that's the most careless thing I've done so far, huh?
The victim was poisoned. And the victim's medicine mysteriously disappears? The victim's own prescription could have been the lethal poison itself. That doesn't make a lot of sense.
Order! Well, Mr. Godot, what do you have to say to that?
That's all. What? Read for the court the name of the clinic on the prescription bag, will you? What's the clinic's name got to do with anything? New Era Ultranautica. What the? Atoll? Okay. Odal? Airy? Knowledgeable. Okay. Olatanolary. Fuck. Oto Linary. Logical. Fuck.
Just what kind of illness was the victim suffering from, Mr. Godot?
Hardly an illness, Your Honor. More like a bitter war wound, you could say.
A war wound?
The day before the incident, Mr. Elk found himself in a fight. Oh, it's a painkiller. He took a blow to the side of the head and ruptured his eardrum. Fuck, he's wearing it. It wasn't medicine, it was a device. The thing on his head is the prescription. He ruptured his eardrum?
Then what on earth was the prescription he was given?
It was cream that was to be applied topically inside his ear canal, not to be ingested. What? Phoenix is not doing well this time around. Okay, so it wasn't the device. It was a cream. It's mentioned in the autopsy report. If you read the fine print, they found traces of medication in the victim's left ear.
Yes, here it is. It's very, very fine print.
It seems Mr. L correctly applied some of the medication while he was at Trespion. Therefore, it would be absurd to believe that he would have eaten his medication.
It seems that this medication bag is irrelevant to the case after all.
No, Nick. If you don't think of something quick, it'll all be over. She's right. But I can't get away with any old weak objection. What should I do? Let's push it. Our health is still good. Only moments ago, Mr. Godot made the following statement. It seems Mr. Elg correctly applied some of his medication while he was at Trespion. If that's the case, then why was the medication not found at the scene of the crime? Oh, we got him. Shit fuck. And that was a damn good impression. But I'll eat you.
But the medication in question was for topical use inside of the ear canal.
Objection!
That doesn't change the fact that it could not be found at the crime scene. However, insignificant it may seem, it's a lawyer's duty to pursue the truth.
Objection!
You know as well as I do that the medication is irrelevant. It hardly seems like that a prescription drug would contain potassium cyanide. It hardly seems like the coffee. Fuck. It hardly seems like It hardly seems likely that the coffee and the waitress served would contain it either. But it did. The possibility is still undeniable. Urgh.
That's enough. Mr. Godot is the detective, the only witness the prosecution wishes to call.
Shit.
Mr. Godot.
Shit.
I've got my own witness I'd like to call, sir. It's the old man who was there in the restaurant on the day of the murder.
Victor Kudo? The pigeon hater?
Very well. The matter of the disappearing medication seems to be little more than trivial at best. However, it wasn't explored at all in the previous trial. And that is something that bothers me.
Yay! Good job, Nick.
The court will adjourn for a 10-minute recess. After which we will hear the prosecution's next witness.
I suppose this means I'll just have to finish you off in my last 6 cups.
Court is adjourned for recess.
January 7th, 11:03, District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 1. Phew, that was close. Tell me about it. I nearly died in there. That's my line, sir. No, it's mine. I think I really did die a little bit. Looks like
Looks like we all nearly died in there. I can't believe Detective Gumshoe. How could he betray us like that? He's an asshole. And a sweetie. Huh? He said he'd help me. But he totally set me up.
I don't think he meant to do that, Maggie. He was backed into a corner. I mean, the guy's got to do his job, right?
It's okay. I know all about lies and betrayal. I've had them my whole life. But it really hurt this time. It felt like someone punched me hard in my stomach. I hate that guy. I don't ever want to see him again. No!
Poor Gumshoe.
So, the next witness is going to be that old guy from the park, right?
Yeah, Mr. Kudo. Lover of waitress outfits and projectile seeds.
I bet he's going to be really stubborn. I mean, he's pretty set in his ways, you know?
Yeah, he's a big old grouch.
Are you going to be able to handle him, Nick?
Yeah, I can take whatever he throws at me. Even those never-ending bird seeds. January 7th, 11:15 a.m. District Court Room, number 4. Court will now reconvene for the trial of Maggie Bird. Actually, it won't. The court will now take a break until the next stream, which might be today, might be tomorrow, may be the future. But for now, I thank everyone for being in Kneale's jury. I'm wasted out of my mind and going to attempt to eat my hammer. Have a good one. Ciao.